looking at some facts finding here. Well, they're going to be looking through mid, not seeing anyone there. So, in fact, this time's going to be spent with DaT stacking the A bomb site. Nave's going to fly in and finish off Musa and Barney. Only 2 remaining on this eco, Kyrie and Flippin. And with 1 remaining versus 4, they got Bondic down at least. Poor Bondic. Only man to fall there for that team. But they should have that double lock coming out straight away, and indeed they do. What edit getting into the game here. And now, it's the buy round for Existence. We saw Kyrie opening for them yesterday, but versus Simple and World Edit, I don't fancy his chances.
I want to just B-rush. Something quick to blow up the double opposite would be really nice. But
they are not a fast team, though.
No, it doesn't appear that way at all. Well, we're going to have the AWPs with a nice bit of a crossfire there, but we're going to be moving into the pick on middle, and that's going to actually reward him very nicely as well. At it as well, it's going to lock down the other side over by Connector. So you can see this crossfire between the 2 AWPs. Very dangerous line of fire there.
As they say in Mortal Kombat, it has begun. Would not want to be playing against this combo.
I liked how World Edit popped that vent for Simple, so Simple didn't have to like shoot the AWP or pull out a pistol and unscope. It's a very small thing, but it's quite nice. And 3 players left for Existence.
Musa and Barney kind of stuck in the middle area at the moment, looking to try and get a quick pick on Connector. You can see if he does, Kyrie's in a position to take control of that. This is one thing we saw on their CT side as well from Titan. Titan were constantly on the T side getting control of Connector and smoking off short, as we saw Musa and Barney do. Something that was lacking on the Existence push of mid previously. I mean, it may be that they're only doing it now because they're lacking in the numbers game. We will see when they try to take mid with more players. But for the time being, 20 seconds remaining. And looks like it's going to end up being a rush to the site. Got Markelov. Not in a position to flank really. Well, did it with the pistol there. Simple's over on the other side now, and Bondic's going to slow things down. 10 seconds remaining. Bomb is on the floor. They're still going to go for the plant. Seems they're planting it for the short area as well, but that's not going to go down. So slow death there for Existence, and they are probably going to find themselves on the eco.
Well, we'll have to see if Existence are going to be able to find something to deal with this double AWP setup. It's with Simple and World Edit, it's hard to say that, or hard to really see that they're going to be that inconsistent on their shots. And Simple adds that little bit of aggressive flair that is going to lend a level of unpredictability that's certainly going to catch them off here and there. So you've got to be careful about that as well. But the double AWP setup also means that they can't really play strong team play setups like kind of deeper into the sites, because the AWPs want to stay within big ranges to get the most shots in.
Yeah.
So
the AWPs are too strong though. But the thing is, Simple's in a position where he can defend B apps, as you can see him there, and he can quickly rotate to short as well and shoot through the site. So if they try and cross the site where most of the bomb plant positions are, then he could possibly do something. But the push is coming in from the T's here.
Yeah, they read this as well after that little mid push there from Blade, and in they go, and looks like it's easy work here for DaT. Even though the smokes are down and the bomb is planted, the cleanup is going to come here for DaT quite easily. It's a nice little jump shot there from Bondic, but things all well here for DaT team. Of course, the plant is going to help somewhat there for Existence, but they've already got like the max money bonus, so they're going to be on loads of dollars right now. All the dollars.
Speaking of loads of dollars, look at the money on the CT side. No losses on that round. Of course, it was an eco for the T's, but this is going to be critical should they fall later on in the match, as obviously these AWPs don't come cheap. High maintenance players here, Simple and World Edit. They want their toys. Okay, so World Edit, I think he's in the middle of the window, but again, fairly standard round here from the Existence team. Slow, very slow.
Just trying to see if that will actually push them here. And the thing is about these kinds of styles of play is that with the double AWPs, again, it's very it's kind of unlikely that they're going to actually go for a push, as we talked about earlier. It's easier for them to help and support each other if the AWPers stay if the riflers stay back with the AWPers, as we can see. Flash over the connector though, that's going to allow them to go for a quick peek, and they'll realize there's nothing there. But Simple, I think, spotted a couple pixels here, so this could be quite interesting here. It's all going to be on Simple to actually stop this push by getting a couple nice connections as they go in now with the grenades. But do they have a grenade here to deal with Simple's position? Looks like there they go. Simple going to miss the first shot. They won't push him though after that miss. Instead, holding back ever still. 39 seconds left on the clock. Simple going to pick off one. And X6tence certainly in some trouble. They're going to make something happen here. Going to try connector now. Well, they're going to miss the first shot. However, X6tence are on his position very quickly. That's the frag. And they're looking good for this site take right now. In comes Lil, wrapping around the side. Simple. A nice connection though. And Moose and Barney going to find himself with good control over B. And there's 15 seconds left for this bomb to go down. So maybe Moose and Barney can save this. If you can just hold kitchen for long enough, it might just be possible now for X6tence. Simple trying to get his way in here, but these flames certainly quite annoying.
Flippin only just starting to plant the bomb now. Takes about 3.5 seconds, so just in time. It's going to be a 3-man retake, so disadvantage here. And again, they do have Simple, so this is not going to be an easy hold to say the least for the 2 remaining Spaniards. Flippin doesn't even get a shot off there. Simple just holding the angle, finishes Moose and Barney, who versus 3 has to try and force the issue somewhere. And that is another clean round for that team. I think they're only going to save one of the 2 AWPs. Not sure where the other one was left. But with the amount of money on their team, it's not going to matter that much.
Okay, so yeah, it's looking like they're struggling with their normal default slow start. And I already think like against the double AWPs, there should be a lot of... You should have like some strategy, some executes in your bag of tricks to like really speed up the pace. Whether it's like a really fast connector play or whether it's just a really nice execute. Just have something to blow up the angles for the double AWPers.
Yeah, X6tence have the same pace 90% of the rounds.
Yeah.
They very, very rarely change. They don't seem to have more than 1 gear for the most part.
Even Na'Vi realized that is not effective because Na'Vi started to they've put a lot more potential for speed in their game. In some rounds you'll see them change the pace dramatically.
But also they abuse their reputation, like we saw on Mirage as the T side when they threw that fake over to B. You see the nades come in and it's Na'Vi and you think, okay, here comes a push. You send 4 people over there and wait a minute, is this Na'Vi? They're all on A. But this is not something we see from X6tence at the moment.
Bondik is basically about to line himself up for potential movie highlight here. He's going to have a lot of players running into his position. So he's going to be able to react strongly here. If he can get a really fast connection on the first player, this could be very bad here for X6tence. As they're going to try to make their way in. Moose and Barney's the first man. That's a good peek there from Bondik. We'll take down Moose and Barney for no loss of health or armor. Does get removed by Flippin. Good trade as they try to make their way up the stairs into the site. But well done it. Really good position here. Going to take down Lowell behind the smoke. In comes the second shot. Flippin goes down. 1 more on the jump boxes and well done it. It is no problem at all for him as he cleans it all up. 7-0 and that team still looking very strong and as if X6tence cannot surprise them. Their pace seems to be too easily read here by DaT.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. One thing we saw from X6tence in the previous round was when they were in the mid area. It was very late into the game, which I think is fairly risky, but they managed to create some confusion as to which site they were going to push. And as far as the CTs were concerned, well, that just finding that right angle on the connector, despite these flashes and nades that X6tence have tried to throw into mid. So they have at least taken control of it, but again, you can see there's 2 CTs here in connector, something that we may see lacking on the CT side from X6tence. They know that they have to hold the connector area. That is the key to holding A for them. Simple's in a position with Welded It, one of the nastiest crossfires I can think of on this map, in case a boost comes in to CPL. So again, this is going to be a difficult take here for X6tence. They're going to just bide their time holding in the middle area. There'll be 3 people there for the time being with Flippin on a flank, which may come in at some point. Now the patience of X6tence pays off as Simple goes for an information peak and doesn't win a duel on this occasion.
So 4-4 now, and X6tence buying themselves some space on the map with that frag onto Simple. And in comes Lowell, looking for the peek onto the B bomb. So I guess immediately taken down by Markov. Another frag coming in. Great presence on that B site from him. But in comes Moose and Barney, in comes Flippin to equalize the situation. However, 25 seconds left. That bomb speedily trying to make its way over to that the A bomb site here for the plant. But he's going to get taken down. That's the bomb hitting the floor and connector. Flippin has to react faster right now. He's running out of time, and that team know it. They're just playing it slow right now. Flippin going to go for the frags. Going to find Blade. 1 more player at CT. Surely this should not be possible. Oh, he does. Oh, he had the time, but the flames were perfect. And there you go. Markov adding insult to injury kills him after time. Oh my God, $600.
Yeah, that's
Flippin. That sucks for him.
Less than ideal to say the least. solid 8-0 here in favor of that team with these two double AWPs. Sorry, these double AWPs, two double AWPs means 4 AWPs.
That's quad AWPs.
That's quad AWPs indeed.
Quad
So
AWPs,
you've got the
baby.
force buy coming out for the T side, 2 Galils, P250 on flipping. Things are not going their way, and it is no surprise, I must say. That looking very strong at the moment, and existence with no answer.
Someone jumped, and I'm certain Simple heard it because he kind of like flicked his mouse so they could get a better gauge of the direction of the sound, I think. So Markov's tossing in those pre-nades instead of watching over mid here. So and now they got a player really close to A slope as well. So if they want to flash him in, and if he sees nothing there, they can be pretty sure, I think, that it's going to be a B play. And knowing how slow Existence plays, that should be all over this once again on the defense. And you can see Markov there spamming a little bit, but got to be careful if he gets caught off guard here, which he might just get caught off. Not quite 9 health left. Gets the second frag as well. How on earth do they allow that to happen? Simple now picking up a kill onto one more, and that's just adding insult to injury. Flippin going to be able to make 1 kill, finally taking down the AWP. Simple, but still a lot left to be desired, as Lowell is going to try to make something happen with 30 seconds left. Got lots of players to deal with. And Markov with another frag. He's been on point on the B site so far as Markov. He got a quad kill in that round. He's topping the leaderboard there for his team. And yeah, good work from Markov this match so far.
Absolutely. 9-0 now. And I wonder if Existence are going to get any rounds on the board here. A Tech 9 rush may be their best chance at this point. But that's not going to happen. As you can see, they're very spread out indeed across the map board, and it almost never misses a shot. These guys both so consistent with their AWPs, and that is very important for the style that are playing at the moment. You can see Musambani is in a position, well, he was in a position, but then Simple had other ideas. These AWPs just ruining that team at the moment. What are you doing?
Nice. Alright, well, for the Mark as well, that PT-15 is happening. Honestly, Existence, it kind of looks like they feel like nothing works at this point. It's like, guys, we tried everything.
I really feel like they are just completely lacking proper drills on their T side. It's like it's almost like they didn't even practice it. I don't know.
Maybe they're drunk.
Maybe they are indeed drunk. Like when we saw them playing Cash on the T side, the only thing of note that I remember seeing was a wall of smokes into mid.
Drunken style paying off here. So we'll have to see if they can actually build on this now. They're going to try a quick push off the back of these opening kills. Still with advantage on one player. Simple though. Ever the problem for any T side. Moving in with the AWP.
That's a bomb planter.
Not going to get taken. Not going to take down the bomber. Instead, he's going to get killed by Existence there. Very good stuff from them to actually hold down these angles properly. They had the smoke. They had the Molotov.
Markolov's got 11,000 in the bank here, so he's got nothing to lose by going for this. All he can do is great economical damage to the other side. So hard to find the head behind those boxes. That's the first time that Markolov has died in the game. He was 13-0 across 12 rounds. Sorry, 11 rounds. That was pretty beast there from Markolov, and that just shows you the ease at which that team are cruising through this first half.
Well, the interesting thing is that that are being fairly static. Well, hold your horses right now. We're gonna have, but it looked like we're gonna have an AWP drill there, but it's actually carried back away. But never mind. Either way, their defensive approach against the double AWPs of that. I mean, that having double AWPs are being fairly passive, fairly defensive with them. They're not really looking to take too many open angles and open drills. So because of that. And because of Existence's reluctance to try to outpick them on mid in a lot of spots, they aren't finding ways to frag. They're just not finding them because that team aren't giving the opportunities for it. They need a plays to actually take map control and actually use grenades and team play to get in some of these choke points. Simple pretty deep on short right now, looking for some more shots towards middle. Ever been the nuisance for Existence from that spot.
The bomb carrier is top mid at the moment, has escaped from the situation. Markolov may be pressured by Existence soon, but with how far Drift King is from his team right now, I'm quite curious to see what is going to happen. He's keeping the attention of 2 of the players. However, all players are alive for that team.
Oh,
so I'm not
actually
sure.
rotating kind of right now a little bit. They're kind of floating and see. And look at that. Rolled at it for a moment there. Was thinking that was going to be B. So they might have an opportunity. That's a good, well-timed smoke. Blade with the drop headshot onto Drift King. Here goes Lowell into the position on Shadow. Does get a quick kill onto Bondic. Caught out by a second player. Still alive. That's a great response there onto World Edit. One more from Lowell. That's an excellent play from him. There's now Markelov and Simple are left in the 2-on-2 to try to retake this site. Get the bomb defused. And Flippin barely escapes with his life there. Out of position for a moment, but doesn't get fully punished. But they do know, I think, where both players are. That is a very dangerous grenade right there. That incendiary is almost killing Low. He's just holding his position. He just burns alive. Now it's all on Flippin, and that bomb is covered. Flippin has to move into the open against... Oh, this could work. Oh, but it's way too late. Flippin will get the kill, but it's all over for Existence now.
11-1 now in favor of that team. And yeah, that molly was perfect. And it is a difficult position. It's hard for people to check that position unless you get up close, and you can often get jumping kills, as we saw in a previous round. But other than that, it's you're relying on your teammate for all the information, and if they do know your location, then you are going to get blown up. And we may finally see that fast push here from the T's.
But the problem is that they're all bottling up on the choke point there, and without sufficient grenades and flashes over and smokes, it should be pretty easy here for that team to clean this up. Let's have a look and see if they're going to be able to do that. Just that, though. They need some counter grenades to come in here. They're just peeking, just completely raw there. Nothing to help them out. Going to see Blade over the top of this crate, looking for the kill on any players up the jump boxes, but nothing to be seen just yet. Does survive in time for the cavalry to arrive. Here's Markov now from CT. No nades left on Existence to block off his position, and Marco's going to pick up one. In comes Simple with a shot up top there. But Moose and Bunny going to go down. No scope for Simple. Make that 2 in a row. That's Simple in a nutshell. And there you go, 12-1 as that team are rolling through Existence with no resistance, it would seem.
That man is like a hot knife through butter. That was absurd. He was almost running with that, with the second last kill as well, but the man is very talented indeed with that AWP. You can see there's there's an early presence, and then they start to back off in the mid area without finding that engagement.
Look at that, like the backing away. Oh my goodness, really? I will allow it. I'll allow that.
It's lambs to the slaughter, Dan. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
It's lambs to the slaughter.
I have to say, I liked how I don't know which player it was. I'm going to assume that it might have been Blade, but he pushed that middle, spotted the like one guy. He had a pistol, and the player, the CT pushing up, had a rifle and full armor and everything. But he actually pulled back. He fired me a bullet, and he's like, oh, I'm just going to pull back. And the pistol is like, well, I can't really do anything anyway. So he moved into the angle of the AWP. I just like the cold efficiency of something like that. Making it 2-on-1, even when you already have a massive advantage. I like that.
Okay, so it's Markolov back on the B site. Have seen Simple loitering in that position on occasion as well. Again, he's playing the short area, so he's close if he needs to be. Once more, we have the passive positioning from Existence. So again, they've made maybe one attempt at a fast play, where, as Dan said, they were basically clumped in this area for a very long time, just begging to have grenades thrown at them.
Yeah, they had no nades to support the push. It was very worrying.
Yeah, I think I presume their intention was to have all the guns firing at the same place at the same time to get an opening. Basically, it seems that a lot of their angles are just held to try and get an opening. But again, versus the passive play, there hasn't been that much adjustment from Existence.
A huge element they're missing in their game so far. Well, you know what? Let's hold that thought for a second here. We do have 2 against 4 here for Existence. Flippin and Moose and Barney left over. Actually going to make their way out of apartments. At least Moose and Barney going to find himself a frag even on Simple. And that is the AWP down. There is one more lurking around there. Well, but he's got to rotate a little bit. Here's Moose and Barney wrapping around the side to finish off Markov. He's on 3 HP right now. Moose and Barney, 20 seconds left on the clock. That team now, they are using that time to their advantage. Bondic with a timely peek to take him down. And that's going to be 14-1. Very strong first half there from DaT TEAM as Existence. Well, the point I was going to make about Existence and something I would like to see, of course you can say there's lots of different stuff you can do and stuff that they weren't doing, but for me, I would like to see a lot more like proper challenges in place on like to secure connector, because even if it's with 3 players or 2 players or 1 player, that connector control can allow you to do so many things. Like your A plays, your delayed A plays can have so much more power. You can like leave a guy in there. He can like lock it down or be a lurker as you push B. There's lots of different options. If you want to boost someone in the window, maybe you get control of that. You got a guy in connector. He can flash out for the guy into jungle. There's so many different things you can do from that position. However, that didn't make much use. Existence didn't make much use of it there.
Okay, so again, now the shortcomings in Existence's T side put them in this position. They're stronger on the CT side. By far, it's their stronger side. But they have
no
opportunity to demonstrate that now. And again, quite often when there's a team with a large deficit, you see these really big pushes coming in. Quite often in rounds, because they need to get an edge and they need to get it fast. They don't have time to hang around, which is what they did the entire first half, basically.
Blade in with a quick kill onto Short, though. That's going to change things massively now, as his team have not just the apartments to push, but Short as well. Going to split up the focus of Existence, but Flippin's okay with that. He's going to get the kill. Some Barney going to drop the bomber there, so now it's on what at it. It's got 20 health. It's got a USP, though. Looking for the headshot. Doesn't get it. Some Barney going to silence World Edit. James Bond style, and that's a 14-2 scoreline, so Existence get the pistol. Instant buy of an M4A1S from Musambani. You can only imagine he's going to go window with that. That's something I used to see Get Right do all the time. I don't know why it sticks out in my memory, but I used to see that a lot. And I like it. I mean, if you die there, you're not really giving the gun. You're not giving the gun away. It's very accurate. It's very good at long range. Very good against these pistol armored players.
There was a round on the weekend where LDLC bought 2 primary CT rifles and didn't have armor on those players.
Interesting.
Which I found extremely bizarre. I don't know if it was a HUD bug or if that was actually the case, but I thought it was nuts. They lost that round as well, unsurprisingly.
Well, it's down to the P90 defense now, and Drift King is doing just fine with that one. Kari going to come in from the window, so they have great position on the bomb site for this defense. And that looking like they're in trouble, but just as I say so, World Edit is going to be coming in with a good one-on-one to bring it to an even game. But there it is. Lowell finishes him off. He can't get out of the way in time. And it's all on Bondik to use this element of surprise to try to get himself a couple one-on-ones here. But this Deagle does get spotted though now. So now it's all on hitting the first shot with that Deagle. And does get an angle just for a moment. Doesn't connect though. And time is starting to run lower and lower for Bondik. He knows where both players are roughly, though, and he knows
I'm not
exactly
sure.
where the bomb is too.
I think he thinks both those players are one player because he keeps looking to his right to see if there's someone there for the trade frag.
There it is. Just going to creep now. There it is. Good timing from Lowell. Very fast. And there you go. They get the next round. But this is where problems are going to start to begin here. As we're going to start to see DaT TEAM, getting the cash for the buys.
Once they get to AWP money, I do wonder how Existence will be able to stop them.
Exactly. It's going to be fun to see what spawn Simple gets and what spawn World Edit gets, because when you got 2 great AWPers like that, you can just, and if you're only buying 1 AWP, you can throw it to the guy with the better spawn, and that's really good.
You can see Kari's ecoing for that AWP as well. Only has a pistol for this round.
I like this push here from underpass and also from the top mid. Finally going to take down Simple though, and they've got some great angles here. Look at this. This is a nice position on top of the toll booth there. Flippin' gonna spray Blade down as Kyrie works his USP magic, and it's just Bondik remaining now, and they haven't lost anybody on the CT side yet, so that's great for their economy. But as you mentioned, these AWPs are coming out. Or at least there should be an AWP coming out here for at least one of the players.
Yeah, well, then it might be able to. I think you can see hasn't bought yet, so I think he's
got the nicest spawn here.
Out.
Simple's got a better spawn for
all AKs though.
For mid, but okay, fair enough.
Not enough cash in the back.
All right, so now we get to see a bit more strategy here from DaT. They have their buy against the buy of Existence, and Existence do have Kyrie on the AWP. Slow take of mid control here from DaT, as they do have a man in Palace and Slopes. This is kind of what I was talking about, what I would like to see. This is like a much more default round that you can do on this map, where you have like 3 guys trying to, in whatever configuration, trying to take middle and then connector. and then you can get your three-pronged attack in, and that's a nice approach to taking A.
Okay, so again, nobody is really covering connector at the moment. You saw that team had 2 people in there, whereas X6tence are just giving it up for free. And this is what they did yesterday versus Titan, and now look, they are being pincered on the A site between connector and Palace. There's going to be Lowell the first to fall onto the site. I think there's still one player.
Nice.
There. He has fallen as well, and that's 4 versus 2. Curry trying to hold things together from CT. Flash coming in, but the bomb's still going to get planted for short.
How does he not know he's there? How does he not know Kyrie's position? Kyrie picks up another one. That's 3 in a row there for Kyrie on the retake. Welded now has to come through the connector, but he's got flames all in front of him, and it's going to be the Spray Drift King to take it down. Well done to Kyrie there. It's a great round from him.
That was somewhat of a bizarre retake.
But they didn't communicate where he was. They should even have been able to look on the radar themselves.
He missed a few shots. I mean, yeah, that was
interesting.
Yeah, I can only think that. I mean, they did clear out the site, so I can only presume maybe they thought, because there was a player in sandwich, and maybe he thought that his teammate had picked up an AWP potentially, and there may have been some confusion there.
Oh no, that's great stuff there from Lowell. Good spam, good timing. Well, we'll have to see if they can bring it back from that. They're going to have loads of rounds to play with, DaT, so they are not going to be sweating it in the slightest. No, there might just find himself in for a surprise, but perhaps not, as Kyrie did catch Bondic, who was directly below him. And that's a 14-6 scoreline now, as X6tence do climb back. And, of course, on the CT side, and with players with individual skills such as X6tence's lineup, they should be doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's an important round for them. Simple... Well, it's okay. They've gone for a bit of a buy here. I think we are still going to be expecting double AWPs in the following round. I'm just waiting for that. Importantly, X6tence didn't have anyone down from the previous round, which is going to help their money. That said,
I really like the at the start of the round we saw a flash over the top of connector for Kyrie to peek with the AWP.
Yeah.
And it popped at exactly the right time. We didn't catch it, but it popped at exactly the right time to flash the enemy AWP. Of course, that's not always going to work if he's already at the angle and he's pre-firing it. He might just catch your CT friend anyway. But it's nice and it's a very low cost little support play there. So very nice there from X6tence to be putting in all the little things to try to get themselves the edges in these battles. But AWP against AWP again potentially here as Kyrie is looking for the middle shot, and well at it. Fancies himself brave enough for the task.
Interestingly, he was holding a more passive position. He's actually flashed Kyrie there as well. Kyrie is behind the smoke, and whether it's going to hold the angle on short. He may find that player in the ladder room soon as well. Has to watch out that smoke does not dissipate at the wrong time, because Kyrie has got the right angle for Welded It here. Let's have a look at where Kyrie is at the moment. He is indeed going to get one of the frags in mid. Starting to get sprayed down through that smoke. Manages to escape, and he will rotate over to CT maybe, or B. Okay, so things are not going well for World Edit and his team.
Oh, for Simple apparently, he just left the game.
Yeah.
So screw this, screw you guys. I'm out. Can't even win a round on Team Mirage.
Yeah, they're starting to
need to watch more Dignitas, obviously.
X6tence starting to chain a number of rounds together, and again, this is just really important for their economy. Not that you know, if they lose one round, I don't know how much their economy is even going to matter at this point, because it's only 2 rounds away from victory for that team. World Edit versus 4, 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Doesn't have the bomb either. Looking at the cash quickly on his team, it is looking ropey indeed. They were previously on Nico, and they are soon to go on Nico again. You see Lowell just timing the peak to look away from the AWP shots, and then get back into the game. So we're going to have a quick pause while we wait for Simple to reconnect. So again, X6tence, while they have chained some rounds together here, that was a round that they should never have got, really, when Kyrie was here. Fired off 2, 3 shots that didn't hit anyone, so a bit of confusion. Killed a player on the site post-plant, which I think, in fact, was here, and killed the sandwich player there. But
that was game-saving.
It was game-saving. But
if they lose that, it's pretty much over. I mean,
but a consistent issue we're seeing with them, that we saw versus Titan as well yesterday, is that they just allow the Ts to run through connector for free. Yeah. And when the Ts have got a player in Palace as well, and then they've got a 2-pronged assault onto the site, you're going to lose the site. It's as simple as that. When you looked at that on the CT side, they often had 2 players, one of them being an AWP Welded It, up here with Simple up there with some insane crossfire and the second player here as well, should they need it. You know, there's quite a difference, a stark difference in the way these two are controlling connector. And again,
if you want to like compare the difference it can make to a team who focuses on understanding like ways to take connector, watch how Dignitas's Mirage game changed with Carrigan at the MLGX games. They did an amazing job destroying Fnatic's connector defense and mid defense, and that's one of the reasons why. In fact, that is the reason why Fnatic have been the best CT Mirage team in the world.
Got those nip nades coming through over the top.
Oh yeah, that was so sick when I saw that. Oh
yeah,
my god,
that was
so
amazing.
good. I was so excited and giddy when I saw that. All right, well, all is the teams behind the smoke. A little bit isolated. These smokes aren't perfect though. You can see they're actually able to fan out around the side of them, circumventing that coverage completely. Smokes everywhere, but kind of concentrated around the stairs here. This is not helping that team all too much now as well. It's going to get taken out as well. There's a nice hold there for Existence. The fast response time, and they are closing in on that slowly but surely. As that now reached the realm of being able to buy every single round.
Yeah, they're stringing a lot of rounds together. They're kind of rolling in cash now. They're being fed grapes on the side of a swimming pool. All the money they've got at the moment, and that team still forcing it up. I'm wondering if they had enough money, would they go for 2 warps on the T side? Quite curious to know.
I think it completely depends on what you're seeing your opponents do. If they're playing an aggressive peaky game, I think that can actually be quite a cool response, but it is definitely risky because if they play passively, playing aggressively with the orbs to do entries requires a very skilled AWPer.
Yeah, but they've got 2 can openers here in Welded and Simple. These are exactly the men for that kind of job.
Yeah. All right, well, Blade is going to take matters into his own hand. Sick and tired of not having a bomb plant and a good after plant setup to go with it, but Existence still holding on very well here. Kyrie got the open hand, gets another great hit there with that AWP. That's 2 for him, 2 for Drift King as well, as they are looking really consistent on these defensive shots. You're not really seeing them missing all that much. I mean, it's interesting when you look at some AWPers too, because for example, like Michael Ele, he can hit the most ridiculous shots. He's super fast, like JW, but sometimes on the defensive shots, they're not like as consistent as your Guardian or as
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? But Simple.
It's interesting that they forced it up again. There. But hey, who am I to question Blade? The man is a mastermind.
Well, they can buy every round, so might as well.
Yeah, but it limits them. Look at the lack of grenades they have. It makes their options lesser. But I suppose if they feel like they can just play on picks, then who needs grenades? And again, connector has been left open. Again, there's a smoke there. But if they identify that there's somebody in jungle, before that happens.
Kyrie, man, he's winning CT
lagging.
completely for Existence right now. Simple fears no man.
Not even with lag. And again, that's one of the shortfalls of not having connector, although they only have 2 players remaining. Make that 1, as it's Kyrie versus 2. Markelov quite tagged. He could get him with a 1-tap here, but he needs to find him first. Oh, he doesn't find the right angle, and that go-TV lag is going to teleport us to match point in favor of that team. So,
but yeah, I really think in their position, buying every round, even if you have a limited nades, is just always going to be good, because even if you don't have a lot of nades on a map like this, you can always find ways to get frags and keep pressure on. And if your team doesn't have like a really sick execute, then I think you can maybe even are wasting potential chances to win rounds.
So Kari's in connector. Not much support for his team, but it won't matter as the push is coming in towards the A side. At least with some of the players flipping, not going to win that duel with Blade. And a delayed push from the remaining players. Going to have that late flash as well. Bit of a team flash going on there, but Bondik will take down Lowell for his teammates. 4 versus 3 as that look to take this game and bring it to 1-0 in this best of 3.
But Kyrie, man, he's still alive. So far, he's been the man to watch, the man that has been saving his team. And once again, he's going to pick up a nice kill. Takes down Simple. The return is there from Welded it, though. Warp onto Warp, as Drift King does slowly edge around the side, looking for those angles. It's Moose and Barney with a nice kill onto Bondik. Now he actually gets a quick one onto Marklov at Palace. That's excellent work there from X6tence. Now it's on Welded. They know where he is. Two facing at once. Welded it goes for the quick shot and lands it. Moose and Barney hits the ground now. As Drift King goes for the shot. Welded it now has a big advantage in this one-on-one. There's a peek with the knife. The smart work here from Welded it. Trying to just get the harassment in. And look at that. He takes all of the time he needs in the world to line up the shot. And they're going to take it there 16-10. So well done there to DaT Team. I mean, it's a little bit hard. Maybe they had a lot of rounds, I think.